Hello, my name is Peter Mark Mankin. I'm the Accommodation Support Specialist here at Flagler College. I want to introduce a very dynamic learning tool that all students can use. That is called Kurzweil 3000. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And without further ado, let me share my screen and get our presentation started. Kurzweil 3000 in the college classroom, multimedia learning for all students. Our goal is to introduce Kurzweil to faculty and its benefits to students in the learning process. Kurzweil is all about reading, writing, and studying using multimedia tools. I would like to show you this short video, and we will expand on a little bit during the presentation, showing you Kurzweil live. So let's go ahead and stop sharing the screen, and I'll get the video going.
Software. The original digital document reader was developed by Ray Kurzweil back in the 70s, and this develops on that technology. It provides support in reading, studying, writing, and testing the entire learning process. It works for beginners to advanced students and professionals. How does it do it? We have three modes of the software: a web browser, Kurzweil3000.com, and a desktop client that is the first version of the software and has all the bells and whistles. Here we are on Canvas looking at the Read the Web browser extension. One of the unique things of Kurzweil is that not only do we have a reader, but we have it in 13 languages with multiple accents and voices. You can speed it up and slow it down to meet your reading speed or the type of material you're studying. Also, you can adjust what is highlighted and the reading method. Does it read, tell it to stop, or does it read one unit and pause to let you take notes? So here we are in Canvas. Let's click into an assignment. Here, we're going to take the most basic tool and listen for a moment.
As a group project during the 1997.
In addition to listening, we have a dictionary. A unique thing about Kurzweil is not only do we allow translation of individual words, but you can actually translate entire segments of speech, making sure that you have it in context. Quite often, we'll run across things that are picture-based, and so we can't read them based on the text, but we click on the screenshot reader, it captures the image, pulls the text out of it, drops it into Kurzweil 3000, so we can read it, and we have a good number of tools that we can use with it. Let's go back to our reading assignment for a minute though. The next thing is the ability to read a PDF. Here, my highlighter tool turns into a PDF reader. I click on it, it grabs the entire PDF and loads it into Kurzweil3000.com. We are going to run into situations where we want to take notes. So I'm going to show the notes I've already taken. Here I highlighted main idea, secondary idea, and some details, which is great. If I'm coming back to this website, I can review what I've highlighted, not have to read the whole website. I can click the extract button here. I've extracted to column notes. You can see they're organized main ideas, supporting ideas, and details. The next thing we want to look at here is in the Kurzweil 3000 website. Here I have an image document loaded, and that gives me the ability to do quite a few cool things. Here I've added a sticky note for instructions. I also have text notes that I would use more to answer questions. I can do a voice note.
This is an example of a voice note.
And there's a really cool one called a bubble note that I click on.
Maui was a demigod who helped create the Polynesian world. True. False.
I can do all sorts of advanced note taking with bubble notes. It's a really great way to get involved with the text and make sure I'm understanding it. I also have the ability to jump to a specific
Page
location 5 in the text using bookmarks. Now, the other thing that's super helpful with Kurzweil is that if I'm in a PDF, I have the ability to make sure it's doing what I want. So you can see the computer here went read the title first, and then this paragraph, and then this paragraph is 5. So here I'm in my zone editor. Let's see why it's 5. Oh, I come down here. Oh, look, it has some stuff on the bottom. I'm going to click on this and change it to 3, and then I would just click save. So I can do all sorts of changes to make sure it's reading in the order I want. Now let's jump back to our extracted notes. Here they are in a column note format, which I can use to study. I can hide columns and things like that. But very importantly, I can also extract them into an editable outline. Here I've got them extracted. And one of the unique features is if I don't really like outlines, I'm more of a visual person, I can change it to a brainstorm. Once I have my outline or my brainstorm ready to start writing, I can come into split screen. Here I have my outline on the left, so I stay organized. My writing is on the right. And I can even dictate my paper instead of having to type it. I can then listen to what I've written or dictated to make sure it's what I want. All of this, of course, is customizable. Once I'm done writing, I can come over here to the draft view and I can make sure my formatting is everything as I want it. Then I can download it as a Word document or a PDF so I can turn it in. I can just go ahead and print right here from within Kurzweil so that I can turn in a hard copy. Kurzweil, as I mentioned, is highly customizable for people with visual sensitivities. We have a dark mode, you can change background color, and more and more and more. I can save it back to the Universal Library, which is the Kurzweil Online Cloud Library, Google Drive, OneDrive. Over here, we have spell check and word prediction. So that's 2 of the formats. Let's look at the third, and that is the installed version of the software. As I mentioned, this is the one with all the bells and whistles. I have a text document open here, so I have a lot of the tools I've already seen. Plus, you can see there's several more. In addition, I can create an audio file. I can do all sorts of important things with scanning, proofreading, setting up the book to read the way I want it. Here under Tools, I can create a bibliography. And under Options, I also can customize and customize and customize to make sure that it fits the needs of individuals. So what makes Kurzweil, aside from being so comprehensive, what makes it unique? In addition to all those tools that you saw, Kurzweil has a few other things that set us apart. It's highly customizable. You saw in the installed version all those buttons and tabs. I can hide those. I can hide the tools I don't want. I can add tools. Also, because we pull items into the Kurzweil environment, we don't sit on top of other software. We are inherently more stable. We also provide excellent support. Account managers are here to help you get set up, to help you learn the new tools and features. We have a lot of how-to videos both on YouTube and in the Kurzweil Academy on our main website, kurzweiledu.com. Also, any user has access to technical support. PDF handling is excellent in Kurzweil. As you saw with the zone editing, you can go into the details of the PDF, make sure it's reading the way you want it to. We have many people tell us our web browser is the best, and that is because it works so well in so many different formats, in Canvas, in other LMSs, on websites, pulling in the PDFs. It really makes your online study super simple. So what does all this sum up to? Kurzweil is extremely comprehensive and extremely customizable. We invite you to experience a world of learning where there are no boundaries and there are no barriers.
That's a comprehensive video of Kurzweil 3000. So we're going to go ahead and share the PowerPoint again. So reading with Kurzweil. Listening and seeing at the same time while reading is very reinforcing. Kurzweil 3000 allows you to read and learn in a different way. So, for example, let's pull up Kurzweil 3000 and let's show you all the software. This is the Kurzweil 3000 Universal Library. Let's open up the Constitution PDF, for example. Let's have it start reading at a slow pace.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Article I.
Let's demonstrate the reading speed. Let's click on the audio and gear icon to choose the voice speed that you would prefer. I'm going to select normal speed. Next, let's change the voice type. So let's click on the audio and gear icon. Click on the voice button and choose the voice that you would prefer. I am going to select Will, US English. Let's go back to the document to begin reading.
Section 1. All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and House of Representatives. Section 2. The House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every second year by the people of the several states, and the electors in each state shall have the qualifications requisite for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislature. No person.
I have the reading choice set to continuous, but I want to change this to self-paced so that I will read one sentence at a time. I will click on the gear audio icon, select the mode button or tab, and then select self-paced, choosing which self-paced option you prefer. I'm going to click self-paced, and then I am going to click on unit, and I am going to choose sentence. This will allow Kurzweil to read one sentence at a time. Let me demonstrate. Let's let it read one sentence.
No person shall be a representative who shall not have attained to the age of 25 years, and been 7 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of that state in which he shall be chosen.
I want to point out here that Kurzweil highlights each sentence and word that it is reading. This is great for keeping you on track and on pace. Let's say I come across a word I am not sure what it means. Kurzweil has a dictionary. Left-click, drag to highlight the word you want to define. Like this. Let's find the word tranquility in the preamble, and let's highlight it. Click on Study Tools, and click on Dictionary. Study Tools. A checklist icon, and click on Dictionary. One of the great things about Kurzweil is it will read the definition out loud to you, reinforcing the information like this.
Tranquility or tranquility. Noun. The quality or state of being tranquil, serenity.
There's the dictionary function. Let's go ahead and return to our PowerPoint and show you some more. Reading is one thing, but everyone knows students will need to write as well. In order to be a good writer, You have to structure your writing from your resources, from your resource materials. Kurzweil has many templates and methods to help you structure your writing. Let's go back to Kurzweil 3000. Back in Kurzweil, let's click on the Kurzweil icon to return to the main page. Let's click on the Browse My Universal Library button. Click on the Write button and click on Outline. Kurzweil automatically provides your first main topic. I am going to go ahead and type in this first main topic. The first main topic will be Nicholas Jensen. Nicholas Jensen. Now I'm going to click on the subtopic button. The subtopic button, located on the side, the subtopic is humanist typeface. Now I am going to add another subtopic. The subtopic will be inspiration from the Roman Empire. Inspiration from the Roman Empire, period. When you are done with your outline, Kurzweil can read it out loud to you, like this.
Nicholas Jensen. Humanist typeface. Inspiration from the Roman Empire period.
Okay, let's create a new draft. Let's go back to Kurzweil library. Let's go back to the Kurzweil library. Click on Write. And click New Draft. Let's open the draft and start the draft. I will type Nicholas Jensen was a famous typeface designer who drew inspiration from the Roman Empire. Let's have it read to us.
Nicholas Jensen was a famous typeface designer who drew inspiration from the Roman Empire.
Oops, I made a mistake. I need to edit my sentence. Let's change inspiration to, or from inspiration to inspiration. Kurzweil also has a speech-to-text option. Let's try that now. Let's click on the messages three-dot icon. Typefaces convey the artistic appearance and emotion of the graphic. Let's have Kurzweil read this out loud.
Typefaces convey the artistic appearance and emotion of the graphic.
Kurzweil's writing tools have all the same tools offered in Microsoft Word. That is writing. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. The students can use all of the different writing features in class to take notes, and they can copy and paste into different templates. A good strategy for note-taking in class is to use the outline template touching on the main topic of the lecture and the subtopics of the lecture, making sure to refer to any reading materials referenced by the instructor. Let's go to the next slide to reference a video. Here is a video on note-taking. Chapter summaries and templates for active note-takers. To employ a template, click on the right drop-down menu. Click on the new flyout menu. Hold and drag the mouse over the brainstorm flyout menu. Clicking on From Template will allow you to open a template document. Now you select a file from your File Explorer. View your text and template side by side by selecting Tile vertically from the Window drop-down menu. Right-click to copy and paste text into your template. Click on a box to erase the text and type your own. From the brainstorm view, click the outline view button to begin writing. Switch to the split screen view to begin working from your outline. And there is your video on note-taking. The important thing to remember is being able to see and hear information is reinforcing. We learn first by listening, not by looking. Let's go to the DRC online learning community in Canvas to demonstrate Read the Web, a Kurzweil extension available to you. Using the Read the Web, I can read any announcements from my professor. Let's open an announcement and read one. Let's click on the first word at the beginning of the announcement.
Hello, students. This is a friendly reminder. If you have not sent your eligible accommodations PDF, PDF, to all of your faculty, please do so as soon as possible. If you need your PDF sent to you, please email disabilityservices@flagler.edu. If you have already sent your to your professors, great job. Thank you. Phil.
For our deaf and hard of hearing viewers, the Read the Web is reading info directly from the screen. Let's return to the PowerPoint. Let's open our document in the Kurzweil private folder. Let's choose the United States Constitution, for example. Go to our library, locate the Constitution. Let's have Kurzweil read it for us, first of all. Let's do the preamble.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America article.
Okay, that's the right speed and choice I like. Note options for this document. Let's start with Post-it notes. Post-it notes can be made different colors to indicate different things to you. Yellow, for example, general information. Green, useful ideas for my paper. Blue, mentioned in class. And orange, direct quote. It depends on what color coding you want to use. Let's give it a try. Let's click Notes. And click to add a sticky note. Let's put it here at the beginning. And type in, preamble means before we begin. To change the color, click on the settings in Notes. And choose the colors. Let's make this one yellow. Let's stick another one down here at the Articles of the Constitution. Let's make this one orange because I want to select a quote from my paper. We're not finding orange, so let's just do blue. And let's select blue. Now let's find a sentence. And type in quote. Let's go back to Kurzweil, back to the Constitution. Let's open Kurzweil back to the Constitution and demonstrate post-it notes to the material, such as, let's say, after we the people. And let's add one after, in order to form a more perfect union. and type in, "This is not well defined." There are other notes you can pin to this document, such as text boxes, voice notes, and bubble notes. You can also select specific information from the text itself that can be extracted into study guides and papers and other templates. This is called highlighting. Just like the color of your sticky notes, you could determine a color of the highlight based on main ideas, secondary ideas, and tertiary ideas. Let's just highlight a few passages from the Constitution. So, for example, I will highlight the first sentence of the Constitution. Let's highlight Article 1. Let's do Article 2. And Article 3. Now let's extract this information into a study guide. Click on Extract Notes, Highlights, and click Study Guide. A pop-up will occur. Click OK. Kurzweil will automatically pop up a study guide with highlighted information. It is that easy. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. Here's a video Kurzweil put out about a study guide. And let's watch it on YouTube. Creating a study guide. Use the highlighter tool to highlight vocabulary words. Click on the File drop-down menu. Expand the Extract menu. Click on the Extract Highlights to Vocabulary Study Guide. Choose to add notes to an existing file or begin a new one. Definitions appear in columns adjacent to their vocabulary words. And there's the video. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. In conclusion, Kurzweil is a powerful tool for you to use in your learning at Flagler College. It is available to all students here at Flagler College. The Disability Resource Center will be scheduling how to use Kurzweil sessions throughout the spring term. We look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.